Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the middle of a second channel video, the NCIS tier list. Then this came. Want to open it? We're gonna do it this angle, because the fucking window, the exposure is crazy. Okay, let's rip it open. Fucking hell. Never make it easy, do they? There we go. Oh shit. I didn't realise it was going to be this big. But here we go. The Mystery of Thistleholm by Sebastian Dinsmore. The blurb. Printed in Dunstable. Damn. Page 1. It looks sick, to be fair. I'm quite proud of that. That's the thumbnail. Yeah, great. I was expecting, you know, something that sized, but because it's quite thick, like it's like a manuscript book. You know what? I don't care. I didn't think I would be an author. As a writer, as a script writer, I thought that I would be writing scripts, and then it got to the point where someone said I should write a book because I'm very descriptive in my scripts. But then also, how do you say it? It got to the point where I thought I couldn't do it, and I couldn't use my brain to write like an author writes, you know, with all the sort of descriptions and paragraphs and all that sort of stuff. But I've proven to myself that I can do it. I've written 6 novelettes like that. They won't all be going on to Amazon, so this you can get on Amazon, The Mystery of Thistleholm. You can buy that on Amazon Prime or Amazon, and enjoy. It's a murder mystery which features characters in one of my friendship groups, and yes, I have named myself Sebastian Dinsmore, my proper name, instead of my acting name Bash, just because I thought this one would be nice to have my proper name on it. So yeah, and I hope you enjoy it. We're gonna milk these out of the bag, I'm afraid. So this, along with the other 5 novelettes, not all of them will be put on Amazon, 1 or 2. So this, along with the comedy one after the credits, they will be on Amazon eventually. And then when I've put all 6 novelettes together into one sort of book, then I'll remove the other 2 from circulation. So if you have those, they're rare. And I'll get this sort of into a proper thick book. Love it. Love it. The issue will be editing this all to fit a normal sized sort of half but thicker book. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that's my book, and yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll read an excerpt from it, shall I? This is okay, guys. We've come out of the sun to read this. But here we go. The Mystery of Thistleholm by Sebastian Dinsmore. I'll read just the first bit. The fog had already begun to settle by the time the first car turned onto the long gravel drive of Thistleholm. The Kentish countryside stretched out in muted greys and greens, the manor rising from it like memory that refused to fade. Its windows glowed faintly against the dusk, warm, but somehow watchful. Alana stepped out first, pulling her coat tighter around her shoulders as she stared up at the house. Sebastian really went all out, she murmured, half impressed, half uneasy. Davian joined her, hands stuffed in his pockets. His eyes scanned the ground with the quiet calculation he never quite turned off. It feels like the start of a bad film, he said. The kind where no one makes it past dessert. Alana elbowed him, but she didn't disagree. You'll be the first to go, she stated. Davian then mocked in response. It's always the foreign guy who dies first, isn't it? You know what? Let's subvert the expectations and kill the blonde American instead. As the words left his mouth, Izzy arrived next. She stepped out of the taxi with the effortless poise that made the others straighten up without meaning to. She brushed a strand of her golden hair from her face and gave the manor a long, unreadable look. Did you hear any of that? Davian questioned. Izzy shook her head. Wonderful, Davian exclaimed. How did you get here? Alana asked. Train, Izzy firmly stated. A second car rolled up behind them. Micah, or M to anyone who knew him longer than 5 minutes, climbed out with a grin that was just a little too bright for the fading light. Emmanuel followed. He adjusted his sunglasses and then he took in the manor with a thoughtful frown. Looks older than I expected, Emmanuel said. Everything looks older than you expect, Em replied. You live in a world of LED lights and ergonomic chairs. Emmanuel smirked in response. James and Josh arrived together. They argued about something trivial. Football, probably. Their voices echoed across the gravel before they even reached the group. Miranda trailed behind them, quiet, observant. Her gaze oscillated from window to window, as though she expected someone to appear behind the glass. Kendra and Tana were the last to arrive. They got out of the car mid-conversation, with their laughter fading as they took in the size of the place. Sebastian's been holding out on us. I need him to give me a trust fund. Kendra rubbed her eyes, saying, I need him to give me a trust fund. Why has he never invited us here before? James giggled to himself. He's probably compensated for something. Before anyone could respond, the front doors to Thistleholm swung open. Sebastian stood framed in the warm of the light entrance hall, dressed sharply. He smiled broadly, but there was a tension in his posture, like there is now, but back. A tightness around his eyes that didn't match the welcome he offered. "Cheeky bugger," Sebastian replied. James chuckled. "You have some mad hearing. Come in, come in. Dinner's nearly ready, and we've got a lot to catch up on," Sebastian said, as his voice carried easily across the courtyard. And I'll stop that there.